The truth is, most Year 12 students fail. They fail to achieve the ATAR that they set out to achieve, right? Most Year 12 students don't achieve a 90 plus ATAR. Most students don't achieve a 95 plus ATAR. And most students don't actually set a goal and then achieve it. But why is that? In this video, I'm going to go over the 4 main things that is holding back Year 12 students from achieving the ATAR and results and the dreams that they want to achieve. So get a pen and paper ready and take notes on these things, because I guarantee you, if you're not doing well in school right now, you are doing, if not all of them, at least some of these mistakes or things that I'm about to write, because I know I did. And once I fixed them, I was able to achieve a 97 plus ATAR and become the Dux in my cohort. But not just that, I've also helped over 200 students make an academic comeback and achieve a 90 plus ATAR, 97 plus ATAR, 95 plus ATAR, and just make insane academic comebacks. So I know what I'm saying right now is 100% factual, not only because of me, but also the students that I've mentored. So let's jump right into it. Why do most Year 12 students fail? Lack of awareness. That is the first problem. Now, what do I mean by lack of awareness? When I say lack of awareness, I'm referring specifically to the awareness of what they're doing wrong. So most Year 12 students don't actually know why they're not getting the results they want, right? They're not aware of themselves. They don't know and they don't realize that it is not anyone's fault except their own, right? So things like, this subject is hard, right? Or things like, I study so much yet get 50%. These type of sayings right here. Or another one, for example, is like, I'm going to try harder. These terms, which all seem familiar, this is actually part of the problem. Because a lot of students think, well, what am I doing wrong here? I'm studying hard, I'm locking in, I'm trying my best, but I'm still not doing well. So most students don't understand what's holding them back, right? So what's actually the problem? Ask yourself that question, right? A lot of people think, for example, that if they think it's a study problem, it's not. They think it's a content problem, it's not. So just overall, it's a lack of awareness. And the way you need to, the thing you need to fix and you need to ask yourself is, what's really holding me back? Or what's the problem? Is it the discipline? Is it the fact that my studying isn't effective? Is it the fact that I'm not doing enough past papers? You need to become more aware of your current situation. You need to actually give yourself a reality check and see what's holding me back. And you might be watching this right now and thinking really, it's that simple? No, I'm talking about genuinely sit down and write down, okay, let's see, I got 50% in the exam. I studied like this. I done this. Why did I not do well? And you will come to the answer. And if you don't know what's actually holding you back, then of course, I'd love to help out. You can check the first thing in the description. I have a free training video going over why you're not doing well in school and how to make an academic comeback. So you can check that out. So that's the first problem. That's the first reason why most Year 12 students fail. It's simply because they don't know why they're failing. They don't know why they're not getting good results. They don't know why they can't seem to get more than 50%. They don't know why they lack so much discipline. They don't know why they're so lazy. Just a lack of awareness as a whole. The second reason as to why most Year 12 students fail is not doing enough past papers. That's the second biggest thing that Year 12 students, which is crazy to me, if you do not do enough past papers, you will not be able to achieve the results that you want to achieve. Because if you are preparing for an exam, right? Like you have an exam, the best way to prepare for an exam is by doing practice exams. Because by doing practice exams, you're simulating the exam, which allows you to do good in the exam. I can't believe I even have to mention this, but you need to be doing more past papers, because past papers is the only and the best way to guarantee that you do good in the exam, because you're testing yourself on the content that you've learned. I'm sorry, you need to do more past papers. But not just that, you need to also do them properly. And the way you do them properly is by doing this, right? You do the past paper, then mark and review it. You then see your mistakes/weaknesses, and then you do targeted practice. That's the cycle you need to follow. Past paper, mark plus review, mistakes and weaknesses, and then do target past papers. So that's the second reason, not doing enough past papers. And the way you fix that is, guess what, by doing more. The third reason why most students fail is not knowing their syllabus. Now, this is quite embarrassing, to be honest with you. Your syllabus is where everything comes from. Every exam question comes from the syllabus. All the content comes from the syllabus. So if you don't know the syllabus, then you don't know the content. It's that simple. So first of all, All of this is available, okay? So no excuse. Don't be like, oh, my teacher hasn't been giving me this. No, don't do that, right? Go search up the syllabus right now, and you need to understand the syllabus points. Because again, the syllabus here, this here is where all the exam questions / content comes from. So if you don't understand this, then you're not going to do well in this. And finally, the fourth thing that really holds back Year 12 students and what really makes them fail to make a comeback and achieve top results. Now, this one's a little bit of an advanced topic, but it's so common. It is identity unchanged. Now, I'm going to spend a little bit longer on this point because it's so important, right? So a lot of students, they want to make a comeback, right? They want to change themselves. They want to achieve top results. They want to do all these things, but yet they stay the same person, right? They stay the same person. The thing you need to understand is that your identity is what produces your results. Why does it produce your results? Because it produces your actions, which then produces your results. So the problem is, this is like a life-changing thing to understand. If you stay the same person and you have the same habits and you have the same thinking process and you behave the same way, no matter what you do, you're going to get the same results. And I learned this the hard way when I was in school. Right? At the start of year 11, when I wanted to make an academic comeback and achieve a 95 ATAR, I hypothetically, superficially on the surface, done a lot of things. I studied hard, done really well, put as much effort as I did. So why did I still not do well at the start of year 11? Why did I still do average in year 11? Because I stayed the same. Yes, I studied more, but I stayed the same. So the thing you need to understand is that this is you right now, right? This is you. Now, you are trying to get a result, for example, a 95 ATAR or a 90 plus ATAR. The thing you need to understand is that for you to achieve that result that you want, you need to go from who you are currently to who you need to be to get that ATAR that you want or the results that you want. And the thing you need to understand is that who you are right now is who is producing the results that you're getting right now. So this is you currently, right? This is the average failing student. So what most people try to do, like literally most people, is they try to get their current self a 95 plus ATAR or whatever ATAR that they want. But the problem with that is that it's impossible to do that because you are an average failing student. And what I mean by average failing student is that you think like one, you behave like one, and you take the actions of one. For example, you have limiting beliefs that hold you back because you have the beliefs of a failing student. You behave. For example, you sleep in, you scroll, you barely study, right? You waste time. And then actions is that you're doing everything wrong. So you're not studying properly. You're not preparing for exams properly. So the thing you need to understand, like please understand what I'm telling you right now. If you are like this right now, you can't, with these traits, achieve this. Even if you were to study so much, because that's who you are. So what's the trick? What's the secret to making a comeback in year 12 and succeeding? And trust me, I'm the best example of this because I had to drastically change my identity to achieve the result I did. The secret is to not focus on getting the ATAR. The secret is to become the person who can and who is able to achieve that ATAR. The thing you need to ask yourself is ask yourself this. Who does my successful self, what does my successful self, version of myself, do in order to succeed? If you were to ask this question, you will realize that, okay, well, they definitely don't scroll. They definitely don't waste time. They are definitely locked in. They definitely study a lot. They definitely study using the right methods. They definitely have the right habits. They definitely have good work ethic, and etc. So that's who you need to be to succeed. It is only by achieving this desired self that you are able to achieve that goal that you want. I don't think you can see it, but 95 plus ATAR, whatever ATAR that you want. It is only through becoming that desired person. Let's say, for example, we had a rich person. And again, I'm using money as an example because it's like the easiest to kind of conceptualize because they're numbers. But let's say, for example, we had a rich person and a poor person. If we have a rich person and a poor person, if this rich guy was to have $0 in the bank, he would ultimately become rich again. Why? Because he has the habits, traits, characteristics of a rich person. Even if he had $0 in the bank, he has the ability to achieve money again. But if a poor person, right? So let me just represent that. But if a poor person had $1 million, they're ultimately going to go back down to zero. Why? Because they have the traits, characteristics of a poor person. So no matter how much money they have, they're ultimately going to spend it and lose it all. It's the same thing with a student. If we have a student that's, straight A's, and we have a student that's failing, like, did you understand the correlation? It doesn't matter what this failing student does, they're always going to somehow get 50% again because this is who they are. But this person is always going to get a 90%. Why? Because they behave, act, and think like someone who gets 90%. So those are the 4 things that are holding most students back. This is why most students fail in Year 12, genuinely. Number 1, it is a lack of awareness. Year 12 students don't actually know what's holding them back. Like right now, if you're getting average results and you're not doing well in school, do you even know why you're held back? Do you actually know the reason, right? That's the first thing. Second thing is not doing enough past papers. Pretty straightforward. Do more past papers. Number 3 is not knowing their syllabus. And number 4, they stay the same. Their identity stays the same and they do the same things over and over again and expect different results. But that's never going to happen because you're the same person. So you need to change yourself to get different results. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you took notes. And if you're a student right now who's not doing well in school, who wants to make a comeback and literally guarantee that they are able to achieve the ATAR that they want, then check the first link in the description. I have a free training going over how to make an academic comeback. I've helped over 200 students do this, over 200 students achieve their dream ATAR, and I want you to be next. I'll see you in the next one.